Welcome to the Fuse webcast. My name is Dan Patterson, CEO and founder of Acumen, a project management company specializing in project cost, schedule, and risk analysis solutions, as well as the inventor of Acumen Fuse. Acumen Fuse is a project analysis and visualization tool assessing cost, schedule, risk, project performance, and earned value. Using a combination of libraries of metrics and patent-pending ribbons, Fuse provides a powerful means of pinpointing problematic areas and activities within a project and provides solutions for resolution. In short, Fuse solves three fundamental project management challenges. It eliminates poor scheduling, it removes unrealistic and overly optimistic estimating, and it provides true project performance insight during project execution. Fuse is revolutionary and is very different to other schedule analysis solutions. Fuse is much more than just a schedule analysis tool. Where other tools focus on just schedule quality, Fuse provides integrated analysis looking at the likes of cost overruns, performance relative to a given baseline, project risk exposure, and earned value compliance, to name a few. Fuse uses three analyzers to not only flag problematic areas within your project, but more importantly, it actually determines whether these shortcomings are of concern and relevance to the overall success of your project. Fuse goes well beyond just analyzing at the project level through the use of ribbons and phases. Fuse ribbons are a means of flattening large amounts of often complex project data into easier to visualize summarized groupings. It is then these groupings of ribbons against which the Fuse analysis is run. By ribbonizing data in multiple formats, we're able to analyze beyond just the project level. For example, by ribbonizing by critical path, we can determine whether, say, potential cost overruns will also impact project completion. In a similar manner, being able to understand the relative risk exposure within our project by perhaps WBS, location, or discipline is much more valuable than looking at risk exposure as a whole. Additionally, through what is known as path analysis, Fuse can determine all activity paths between any two given milestones, thus providing powerful analysis with regards to upcoming work and associated issues. Ribbons can also be segmented by phases, providing time-based analysis such as project trending and true project performance measurement. Let's take a look at Fuse and see how we can improve the quality and performance of our best laid plans. The starting point for a Fuse analysis is to firstly link to source project management data. Fuse analysis can be conducted against either a Microsoft project, a Primavera PertMaster risk analysis, a Microsoft Excel, Deltek OpenPlan and Cobra, and UNCFACT XML schemas. Let's go ahead and import a Microsoft project schedule. Once we've selected the schedule against which to run our analysis, the first step is to actually go ahead and import the project data. In this example, we have a single project within our Fuse workbook. Optionally, additional projects, irrespective of source type, can be added to a single workbook for multiple project, program, or portfolio analysis. Let's go ahead and run our first Fuse analysis. Analysis is conducted against project ribbons. Ribbons can be created by grouping activities either by project, by activity field, or by activity path, for example, all paths between a start and end milestone within our project. Let's firstly run our Fuse analysis against a project ribbon. Results for the ribbon as a whole can be seen using the ribbon analyzer. Individual tripwire exceptions can be pinpointed simply by clicking on the metric score and viewing the results in the activity browser. The activity browser can show results in both a tabular as well as a Gantt chart format. In our first example, we've ribbonized by project and we can see that we have 4 activities with a high float. If we then ribbonize by, for example, WBS, and subsequently rerun the analysis, we can then get a breakdown as to which work breakdown structure element is the main driver behind those 4 exceptions. And in this case, we can see very clearly that the engineering discipline is the main driver for the high float tripwire exception. By further drilling down and reviewing the phase analyzer at the bottom of the screen, we can see not only the total number of exceptions, but also when in time these exceptions happen. This phase-based analysis is unique to Fuse. Again, in our example, looking at high float activities, we can see that 2010 is the year carrying the largest number of high float activities. Combining both the ribbon and phase analysis, if we then add the same metric to the intersection analyzer and rerun the analysis, we can pinpoint both the time period and the WBS element causing the problem. In this example, we can see that both 2009 and 2010 are triggering the high float exception. As well as running the three standard analyzers, Fuse includes a powerful comparison analyzer feature. By comparing two sets of results, we can determine whether specific tasks trigger more than one threshold. Let's take our engineering activities that have a high degree of float and compare those to, again, activities within the engineering discipline that also have a high duration. By comparing the two, we can see that two activities have both a high degree of float and a high duration of over 2 months. Combining results using the comparison analyzer is a really powerful means of pinpointing true challenges and problems within your project. Fuse includes libraries of metrics containing well over 100 individual checks and balances. Libraries include industry standards such as the DCMA 14-point assessment, as well as Acumen's own proprietary metrics developed from over 20 years of thought leadership within the project management space. Each Fuse workbook includes these metric libraries, making it easy to move between the ribbon tabs and analyze projects well beyond the traditional schedule-based metrics. Metrics and tripwire thresholds can be both created and edited directly within Fuse. Let's take a look at some additional perspectives. Fuse includes two types of risk metric. Firstly, risk inputs, helping determine the quality and reasonableness of inputs given by a project team during a risk workshop. Metrics include aggressive activities, activities that carry a questionable risk range, broad risk range, and even average risk range. By using the phase analyzer, we can pinpoint not only where, but also when in the project do we have the greatest risk exposure. Secondly, risk exposure. If you have already run a risk analysis using tools such as Primavera Risk Analysis or RiskPlus, subsequently in Fuse you can pinpoint high-risk areas within your project and quickly resolve these. If we ribbonize by critical non-critical activities, we can see that those activities that require a high amount of contingency actually don't sit on the critical path, a good example of hidden risk hotspots. Likewise, using the phase analyzer, we can see that the average criticality actually drops over the course of the project before quickly accelerating right before completion. Revealing this type of trending ensures that we don't miss hidden issues during project execution that may come back to bite us at the end of the project. When looking at cost metrics, it's useful to compare the likes of remaining cost or cost overruns between all network paths that the project needs to follow to achieve a given milestone. In this example, we are looking at all paths between sanction approval and project handover, and can see that while path 3 has one of the greatest actual costs, it also has one of the lowest percentage cost overruns relative to a given baseline. Other metric libraries focus on project performance. The number of these metrics is large and ranges from performance of planned activities to performance of executed work and project forensics, looking at root cause behind project delays and overruns. For those projects working under earned value performance tracking or perhaps under the scrutiny of an IBR or a DCMA review, Fuse also includes comprehensive earned value libraries. Going well beyond the standard indices and variances, included are insights such as TCPI, showing required performance to maintain current estimate at completion, or EAC, percentage spent, and true percent complete. Finally, Fuse workbooks can contain more than one project, providing project trending and portfolio analysis. By comparing multiple snapshots of the same project over, say, a monthly or quarterly basis, we can determine whether project performance is improving or even getting worse. Likewise, analyzing within a portfolio enables us to compare quality and performance between separate projects within the program or portfolio. As we have seen, Acumen Fuse is highly flexible and comprehensive in both its platform support and its breadth and depth of analysis. Through patent-pending ribbons, we can analyze in 3 dimensions, run comparison analysis, as well as analyze both single and multiple projects. Fuse is a first in many respects, and I'd like to invite you to try out the tool yourself. Visit projectacumen.com to find out more.